Odense, 7 places to visit. Intro. Odense, situated on Funen Island in Denmark, boasts a rich cultural heritage and charm. Odense's enchanting atmosphere is deeply rooted in storytelling, thanks to it being the birthplace of Hans Christian Andersen, the famed fairytale writer. Odense provides a mix of the old and the new, and its pedestrian streets, bustling markets, and quaint houses make it a must-visit for anyone traveling to Denmark. Whether you're seeking historical insights, cultural experiences, or simply relaxation, Odense has something for everyone. Safe travels! Hi travelers, and welcome back to Din Sweet Travels. This week we are diving into Odense's enchanting cobbled streets, Denmark's third largest city and the birthplace of the legendary Hans Christian Andersen. From whimsical fairytale houses to vibrant festivals, Odense offers a blend of rich history and modern Danish culture. Odense is famous for its canals, connected by bridges in the city of about 42,000 people. The trenches are flooded each year to create a magical sight. When viewed from above, it looks like an open-air gallery. This rich culture is also visible from the outside, with many beautiful buildings housing art galleries and shops that feature unique artwork or designer items. Nowhere else in Europe does one find such an artistic mix. This is why Odense has earned the title of European Design Capital for 2018. The charming Old Town Square is one of Europe's most beautiful public spaces and contains several historic buildings from all periods. If you love castle sites, it's home to you too. Whether you are a literary enthusiast, a history buff, or just someone seeking a charming European escapade, Odense promises a delightful journey for every traveler. Pack your bags and let's uncover the magic of this Danish gem together on Din Sweet Travels. The charming Old Town Square is one of Europe's most beautiful public spaces and contains several historic buildings from all periods. Odense is known for its old town, the harbor, and many museums. Odense is known as the city of blue waters, with its many lapped beaches and turquoise blue waters. The trolls and deep dark woods from the fairy tales you heard growing up are indeed actual. If you're into medieval architecture and cultural events such as reenactments and fairs, visit Rold School Palace in the Gammel Odense Hues area. In Odense you can also find some impressive ruins dating back to the 12th century. Nowhere else in Europe does one find such an artistic mix. Therefore, Odense has earned the title of European Design Capital for 2018. From world-famous architecture to charming markets and historic churches, there's something for everyone here. Stick around to the end of this video for many more information about some of the most beautiful and exciting places to visit in Odense city. Whether planning a brief visit or an extended stay, here are some highlights and must-visit places in Odense. Here are 7 places to visit in Odense that you won't find anywhere else in Denmark. 7. Brandts Art Hall. Denmark's first museum dedicated to visual arts is called Kunstmuseum Brandts. Here, contemporary photographs are displayed with over 10 shows a year of new and classical art. Visitors can explore the novel picture forms that define our lives today in our rotating display. You can encounter some of the world's top painters and photographers through a collection of over 15,000 traditional works of art and international photography, films, and drawings. This museum, which has a collection of more than 15,000 historical works of art and worldwide photographers, videos, and pictures, is exceptionally proud of its home city, Odense. It is situated in the distinctive Latin Quarter, adjacent to the city's pedestrian lanes, in a former textile mill called Brandts. Brandts Art Hall was an old textile factory, now an art center with stores, restaurants, and cafes located in the city's west, a pleasant 10-minute stroll from the cathedral. As a component of the Kunstmuseum Brandts art complex, the museum was established in 1987. It is the first national museum of state art devoted exclusively to photography. The collection contains roughly 9,000 photographs from the Second World War up to the present, taken by Danish and foreign photographers. Number 6. St. Knuts Cathedral. What is currently known as St. Knuts Church was built as a result of the assassination of King Knut of Denmark. It's one of Denmark's finest examples of medieval art. A massive reredo with exquisite carvings is located behind a high altar. In the 1300s, St. Knuts Cathedral was constructed. The cathedral is Gothic and has a high, light-filled nave. Many people believe this to be Denmark's most remarkable Gothic structure. It bears the name of the Holy King Knut, who was assassinated here in 1086. In the crypt, his remains are on exhibit. In Odense Cathedral are the remains of King Hans II and King Christian II. The fourth is honored in the name of St. Knuts Cathedral, popularly known as Odense Cathedral. It is a beautiful illustration of brick Gothic design. The crypt, which houses the remains of Knut and his brothers Benedict, is the church area that receives the most visitors. Number 5. Igs Castle. A tiny lake with a maximum depth of 5 meters is where Igs Castle is located. The castle is one of the most beautiful attractions of the city. It's often called the Rock Castle because it was built atop a hill that overlooks Odense. This means that you can see almost all the surrounding area from the castle's observation point. Odense Castle is located in Odense, about an hour north of Copenhagen. You can easily access the court by taking this bus number 3 from the central station to Östre Stationsväg. You can walk south for about 2 kilometers to reach the castle gates or take a taxi. The castle was built in 1428 in Denmark's first military fortification and already had a quite impressive history. Although the Igs fortress accounts date back to the early 15th century, the current structure also dates to 1544, making it Europe's best preserved Renaissance castle. A striking aspect of the castle is the castle's park. The park has numerous distinct areas, each with distinctive characteristics. A trip to this park involves retracing over 3 centuries of history passed down to us. The park was reopened to the public in 1962 following a significant refurbishment, and ever since then it has greatly benefited the tourism industry. The castle, almost 2,000 windows, are not its only noteworthy feature. The construction method used to construct it is another important aspect related to its function as a fortress that should not be disregarded. The castle was considerably more secure because only a drawbridge allowed access. On the bottom floor of Igs Castle, the rooms are accessible to guests. The hunting hall is the first and one of the most well-known rooms in the entire castle. This area boasts a sizable collection of hunting trophies and fully displayed animal skins, including a lion's skin. The attic is the last stop on the tour of Igs Castle. The entire loft features an exhibition of domestic goods from several generations, including collections of china and glassware, jelly, ice cream molds, and vintage toys from the 19th century. Number 4. Odense Zoo. Experience exotic wildlife from around the world in the lush environments of Odense. The Odense Zoo offers temperatures from the tropics to the poles. Here you can find an oceanic with a South American theme, tigers, gigantic tortoises, and an African savanna with zebras and ostriches. Make the most of the day by learning, and learning. There are also many playgrounds where you can go when you need a break. The Odense Zoo provides unique, exciting experiences for the whole family annually. Odense Zoo, one of the top little zoos in Europe, is only 3.5 kilometers from the city and offers a wide range of distinctive attractions. You may observe giraffes up close, lions and tigers in action, seals, chimpanzees and penguins being fed in this location. Families love to come here when they're in Odense. Penguins, zebras, sloths, camels, ostriches, tapirs, flamingos, red pandas, Shetland ponies, alpacas and chimpanzees are just a few diverse species found here. Families frequently travel here when they are in Odense. Walk among the bounding kangaroos, observe red pandas climbing above your head, and explore the tropical jungle with roaming monkeys, ungulates, and enormous manatees. All year, the rainforest experiences high humidity and heat, which contrasts sharply with the frigid environs of the Chile penguins. Number 3. Denmark's Railway Museum. The magnificent Railway Museum has a diverse collection of 19th century locomotives and is just under 1.5 kilometers from Odense Cathedral. It housed an authentic roundhouse structure in 1954 in the museum. Here you may get a close-up look at Denmark's railroad history. 21 railroad tracks with recognizable engines and carts are available. See Denmark's oldest operating steam engine, which dates back to 1868, and peek inside the royal coaches while traveling first class. Numerous carriages and locomotives at the museum are available to visitors. You can enter the postage wagon, stand in the cab of the 1954 steam engine, and sit on the wooden benches in the 2-story Klampenborg wagon. Many of the automobiles and locomotives are available for play and exploration by visitors. The children's train station will be a hit with the littlest visitors. The largest railroad museum in Scandinavia is the Danish Railway Museum, Denmark's Jernbanemuseum. It is one of the most famous sites in the city and is located behind Odense's contemporary central station. Number 2. Funen Open Air Village. A historical museum with aspirations for the future is the Funen Village. Visit the Funen Village to pick your curiosity, explore new things, and gain a deep appreciation for the past and present. History shows it is a village comprising farmers, peasants, and their families earning their livings on the land. They can inspire us to get going with craftsmanship, housekeeping, or gardening at home. You can meet them in the Funen village during the season in the form of living history. It is the perfect method to discover former rural Denmark. Workers' cottages, farms, and stores have been relocated here to establish an authentic living history museum. Visitors can observe farmers' cattle used to till the soil in the fields, barns and stables. Using historical artifacts, the museum depicts country life in the 1850s. All the structures are examples of sustainability constructed architecture from Funen and the islands. Discover what living in the 18th and 1900s was like when rural residents coexisted in tiny villages and maintained their independence. The Living History program, where volunteers play the parts of cooks, horse-drawn carriages, drivers, farm workers, candle makers, goose girls, and more, is a component of the experience. The proper mood may be created for you when you visit the village by interacting with these individuals as they do their everyday business. Because wood was the cheapest and most accessible building material at the period, most had thatched roofs and were timber framed. Around the homes and farms in Funen village are fields and gardens. It cultivates the same crops that were formerly essential components of self-sufficient farming. Experience agriculture the way it was done in the past, using traditional techniques. There are many events of life history around the holidays. Even though the Funen Open Air Museum is close to Odense city center, it gives visitors the impression that they are visiting a rural community. Although things have changed since Denmark's small farms were in operation, the Open Air Museum transports visitors back to the time when horses played a crucial role in agriculture. All ages of kids are welcome to ride the billy goat, feed the piglets, and climb on the enormous workhouse. Number 1. Hans Christian Andersen Museum. Denmark is renowned as a country of literature, and its many folk tales, fairy stories, and stories about Christmas come from all over the world. Denmark is one of the most famous storytellers in the world. The Hans Christian Andersen Museum was opened in 1983 to preserve the legacy of one of Denmark's most celebrated authors and storytellers. Delve deep into the life and works of the world-renowned fairy tale author. The museum comprehensively looks at his childhood, the stories he penned, and the legacy he left behind. Since its establishment in 1908, the museum has solely focused on the life and works of Hans Christian Andersen. The exhibits, artifacts, and souvenirs provide a glimpse inside his world. Here, you can follow the author's biography from his early years in Odense as a shoemaker father's son to his rise to fame as the most well-known author of the 20th century. One of the interactive exhibits is a computer that lets you browse his books. Many books about Hans Christian Andersen, including numerous publications, are available in the museum store in many languages. Being one of the world's first and oldest poet museums, the museum dates to 1908. The idea of a fairy tale coming true has long captured our imagination. In the days when books were an expensive and precious luxury, readers imagined even more fairy tale endings. Hans Christian Andersen. Andersen's writing career spanned over 50 years, and he chronicled his fairy tale kingdoms in books, plays, art, and even song. The museum explores his life and works through temporary exhibitions, educational programs, public lectures by leading writers and scholars, and various websites. Wow, what an incredible journey we've had exploring the magical city of Odense. From the enchanting tales of Hans Christian Andersen to architectural marvels like Igs Castle, Odense truly is a treasure trove of experiences waiting to be discovered. Whether you're an art lover, a history buff, or an adventurer at heart, this Danish gem has something special for you. Thank you so much for joining us on this captivating tour of Odense's top 7 must-visit places. We hope this video has inspired you to pack your bags and experience the magic for yourself. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Dean Sweet Travels for more exciting travel adventures. We'd love to hear from you, so let us know in the comments which place in Odense has caught your eye and why. Your feedback helps us create content you love, so don't be shy. Until our next adventure, take care and happy travels!